Come and listen to my story about a man named Jed. A poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. The kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. Said, California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is, swimming pools, movie stars.
The Beverly Hillbillies. Some victuals.
Not now, Jethro. I'm on urgent doctor business.
Hey, but I ain't had nothing to eat since breakfast. Pretty near 2 hours ago.
Hey!
Look, Benny, I'm learning Bessie to take care of babies.
Good, good. Babies? Whose babies?
Ain't that cute?
Yeah, honey, but I ain't got no time now. Mr. Drysdale's sick of bed. I gotta take him some flu serum.
No, Bessie. You done burped him once.
Out of my way, medical emergency.
What you looking for?
My flu serum. Mr. Drysdale's come down with a bad case.
I didn't know you had a flu serum.
Of course, I just run off a new batch last Friday.
Are you talking about your corn squeezins?
I'm talking about the greatest all-purpose miracle medicine ever developed. Possum Ridge penicillin.
Also known as white lightning.
Folks call it lightning because it gets into the bloodstream twice as fast. Now, I had a jug here. Now, where is it?
Well, I never go near the stuff. Unless I want to strip paint or blow stumps.
Fine thing. A lifetime of medical research down the drain.
Yeah, it's dandy for unclogging drains, too.
I ain't got time to stand here arguing medicine with a layman. I gotta get my flu serum over to Mr. Drysdale. He's burning up with a bad fever.
Well, if he drinks that stuff, he'll bust into flame.
I'll get a jug from my root cellar. Doctor tries to serve humanity and all. And put that jug down. Dead.
What's the trouble?
Ellie Mae's bear's drinking my moonshine. My flu serum.
Maybe he's got the flu.
Well, don't stand there joking. Take it away from him.
You're the one that's joking.
Well, what am I going to do?
Well, you might start making him a pot of black coffee. He just finished that whole jug.
He fell down.
I think it knocked him down.
Shame on you, Fairchild. Now you're going to get a whooping. Now, this is going to hurt me worse than it does you.
You can bet on that.
Well, you've got to be cured of bad habits. Spare the rod and spoil the bill. Give him a good birching, Jed.
Annie, I wouldn't tackle a mouse after he had a snoot full of that Smoky Mountain skullbuster.
Well, he's got to be punished.
He will be. When that stuff wears off, he's going to wake up with headache number 340.
Look, Jed, he's leaving.
Don't worry, he ain't going far with that load.
Well, humans come first. I'll fetch another jug from my root cellar and get it over in Dr. Mr. Drysdale.
Granny, Mr. Drysdale has got himself one of the finest doctors in Beverly Hills.
Oh, thank you, Jed. I wish his wife thought as high of me.
Oh, is Miss Drysdale home?
Oh, she's the one that told me that he had the flu.
Well, maybe you ought to leave Mr. Drysdale to her.
I ain't gonna steal him. Us doctors take an oath agin that kind of hanky-panky.
I spoke with Dr. Kleiber.
Yes, yes.
He has the lab reports back.
And?
He says that what Mr. Drysdale has is just plain, old-fashioned, common, ordinary flu.
How like you, Milburn. Everybody else in Beverly Hills has the latest thing, Hong Kong flu. But you have to have common, ordinary flu. He never misses an opportunity to embarrass me in front of my friends.
Margaret, I have a fever of 102.
Mr. Van Ransenhoff has the Hong Kong strain, and he has a fever of 104. But you never rise above the ordinary. How can I face my bridge club and be snubbed by Mrs. Van Ransenhoff? I'll just have to stay home.
Oh, please, not that.
What'd you say?
Margaret, believe me, I didn't get this flu on purpose.
You probably got it from associating with those dreadful hillbillies. If it's common, they've got it.
If it will take you off the hook, I'll try to let it go into pneumonia.
Promises. All the money we spend with Dr. Clyburn, you'd think that he could have spared me this disgrace.
Perhaps you can get him to change the diagnosis.
Too late for that. By now, his nurse has blabbed it all over town. Wait, Claude. Don't go near Daddy. You'll get germs. Milburn, stop breathing. Mrs. Joyce! Quick, Miss Hathaway, take Claude. It would be just like Milburn to give him some of his bourgeois germs. He's never loved Claude as a father should. Too late for pretense, Milburn. It's just common flu, and by now everybody has heard about it. Claude and I will be in our room, under sedation.
Speaking of sedation, Chief, Dr. Clyburn says you should take something to make you sleep.
Oh, yeah, there's a bottle in the drawer.
Would you like me to stay here and look after you?
No, you better get down to the bank. With both of us gone, those goof-off employees will stretch their lunch break to a half hour. You put a stopwatch on them. Flog the first offender. And hit him where it'll show.
Congratulations, Chief. You're on the mend. Yes, who is it?
It's the doctor. Howdy, Miss Jane.
Hello, Granny.
Now, cheer up, Mr. Drysdale. I'll have you well in no time.
Granny, I'm under the care of one of the best doctors in Beverly Hills.
I'm glad I've got your confidence. Just relax. I bring you some flu serum. I'm going to give you a shot.
That thing?
Oh, no. This is what you use for a shot. This is for tapping elm trees.
Tapping elm trees?
Nothing eases the tissy like slippery elm ooze. This is my flu serum. Now, I'll pour you a shot.
No, Granny, I'll do.
Well, all right. Now take one every hour until the fever breaks. I'll be back to check on you. Try and get some sleep.
I'll go with Granny. Sleep tight.
I will if I drink this stuff. Oh, what a day. What else can happen?
Last 2 jugs of moonshine in the root cellar, Granny. Can I have something to eat now?
What did you call that?
Moonshine. Can I have something to eat now? I'm starving.
That is flu serum.
Granny, that's corn squeezins.
You want something to eat?
I sure do.
Then, tell me again what this is.
Oh, that's flu serum.
That's better.
I remember now. You run it off last Friday when you heard about the epidemic.
That's right. That was a good week. I gotta run over and check on Mr. Drysdale. I'm doctoring him for a bad case of the flu.
Has he got the Hong Kong strain?
No, I don't think he's strained as Hong Kong.
You're some doctor. You don't even know what the Hong Kong strain is.
Changed your mind about eating, huh?
Oh, no, ma'am, Granny. I didn't mean that the way it sounded. When I said you was some doctor, I meant you was some doctor. Yeah.
Put one of them in my medical bag.
Oh, right, doctor. 1 jug of flu serum? Yes, ma'am. Boy, you're going to have Mr. Drysdale well in no time. Because you're the smartest doctor in the whole world. If I knowed what you knowed, I'd be happy. If I knowed just one thing you knowed, I'd be happy.
What's that?
Where are the victuals?
Oh, there's a ham and a turkey in the oven, and a dozen ears of corn on the stove.
Oh, thank you, Granny.
Where are you going, Doctor?
Back to check on Mr. Drysdale. Oh, Jed, have you ever had Hong Kong strain?
Not that I know of. What is it?
Oh, you get it from lifting something heavy. Jed, whilst I'm gone, set up my still. I mean my medical laboratory. I best run off a new batch of my flu serum.
I thought you had some in the root cellar.
I've only got 2 jugs of the vintage stuff left. It's been aging since Friday.
2 jugs will do you.
There's a flu epidemic, and I gotta arrest it.
If the police get downwind of your mash cooking, there'd be more than an epidemic arrested.
I'm doing medical research. The police didn't bother Louis Pasteur when he was cooking his serum. Now he's got his picture in the hospital.
You keep on and he's going to have yours in the post office. How's victuals coming?
There's a turkey and a ham in the oven, and roasting ears on the stove.
Good.
Oh, Jethro's putting them on the table.
Jethro? Uh-oh. I was afraid of that.
Oh, my. He's sleeping nice and sound. That Smoky Mountain soothing syrup sure done its work. He took the whole jug. Heart's still beating. His tongue ain't charred. His eyeballs ain't spinning. His joints ain't locked. No side effects at all. That sure was a good batch. Well, his system must have needed it. Still has a touch of fever. I best refill his prescription. I forgot to see if he had a strained Hong Kong. I'll ask him when he wakes up.
Might have tasted your soup, Granny.
You want me to open you up another can?
No, I reckon them 4 will hold me.
Well, I'm glad I had 'em hid. Jethro would have got them, too.
Yeah, that boy must have a double stomach.
He not only ate up all the meat, he wrestled Duke for the bone.
Well, Doctor, we's ready to go keep an eye on Mr. Drysdale.
What's all this about?
He's on his second jug of flu serum, and I don't want him falling out of bed.
Second jug? Mr. Drysdale?
Drained the first one dry. He's laying there sound asleep.
Well, I can believe he's laying there, but are you sure he's just asleep?
Of course. What kind of a doctor do you think I am?
That question is as loaded as Mr. Drysdale.
Well, Bessie and me'll go see how Mr. Drysdale is.
I think we'd all best go see how he is.
Milburn! Milburn!
Margaret, I was sound asleep.
How like you, Milburn. You sleep while I suffer.
Suffer?
Your common flu has made me a social outcast. Has your fever gone up? Do you feel any worse?
No.
You're not trying.
Were you in here wearing a black fur coat?
Of course not.
Well, I thought I saw something big and furry standing beside my bed.
Milburn, maybe your fever has gone up. Maybe you're delirious.
It seemed to be snorty, slurpy, and growly.
Yes, yes.
And then it kind of floated across the room.
Milburn, how wonderful. You're sicker than even I dared hope. I'll call Dr. Cliburn and demand a retraction. I'll get him to issue a new diagnosis. Maybe he'll even put you on the critical list. That'll show Mrs. Van Ranserhoff that there's no common flu in my family.
To a devoted wife, wherever you are.
Sleeping like a log, thanks to medical science.
Randy, didn't you say you left a second jug?
Yeah, I put it right there.
Bessie found it.
Jed, he emptied this one, too.
He's still breathing?
Of course he is. And his fever's busted. Pull the covers up, Ellie, so he don't chill.
With what he's got in him, he couldn't chill at 30 below.
Think I ought to leave another refill?
No, now let's all get out here and let the man rest.
Sure resting peacefully, ain't he?
Just like he was rocked to sleep.
Or stoned.
Bessie, get off that bed.
Ellie?
Well, you reckon we ought to stay and see he don't get out of bed?
After 2 jugs of Possum Ridge Paralyzer, the only thing that can get him out of bed is an earthquake.
Milburn! Milburn, wake up! Good news, darling. Dr. Cliburn wasn't in, but I talked to his nurse and told her about your hallucinations. She thinks you may be suffering from some rare disease.
What?
Now I can go to the bridge club with my head held high. Just wait till Mrs. Van Ranserhoff starts bragging about her husband's Hong Kong flu. I'll simply annihilate her with your symptoms. Mother will be the envy of every woman there.
Let me sleep.
Maybe I should engage special nurses. Mr. Van Ranserhoff has them.
I saw a nurse.
What, dear?
I saw a little nurse. She was about this high. She was standing on my chest.
Milburn, how fabulous! You've redeemed me socially. I shall completely dominate the conversation at the bridge club. Be sure to call me if you get any worse. Oh, and darling, promise me you'll not take anything for it.
Did we leave that door open?
Not that I recollect.
Reckon we got prowlers?
You women folk wait out here. I'll go take a look around. Take a look, Granny.
We got a prowler.
I'm afraid so.
Did he get much?
About a half a gallon.
It's that boozing bear again. I'll learn you to drink.
I think he's got the hang of that already.
Hit him in the nose, Jed. Make him let go of that jug.
Then who's gonna make him let go of me?
Fairchild, shame on you. Put that jug down. What's got into you anyway?
The last of my flu serum. That's what.
You never used to behave this way before you went to Hooterville with Mr. Drysdale.
She's right, Jed. It's Mr. Drysdale that led that bear astray.
Mr. Drysdale ain't a drinking man.
2 jugs in 2 hours don't exactly make him a teetotaler.
I thought you'd give him that for his flu, Doctor.
When you take it by the dose, you're a patient. When you take it by the jug, you're a drunk.
Fairchild won't get no more, Granny. I'll have Betsy watch.
It's too late. The whole town will come down with flu.
There's a bear and a banker that won't.
Chief? How are you feeling?
Oh, a little better. How are things at the bank?
Oh, just fine. The employees sent you a potted plant.
Oh, there you see. I'm a strict disciplinarian, but they love me for it. Hey, that's poison oak. Throw it out. Throw it out. That's the thanks I get for pampering them.
Chief, Ellie's bear is climbing this tree.
Quick, close that door and draw the drapes. That rotten bear. He's been drinking again.
Drinking?
Yes, every time he gets a snootful, he comes looking for me. He's one of those sentimental drunks.
What does he drink?
Granny's White Lightning. He got hooked on it when we drove to Hooterville. That's how I caught this lousy flu. Sleeping on the ground every night.
Why didn't you check into a motel?
With a drunken bear?
Where did he get the stuff?
Jethro put a dozen jugs on the old truck for fuel. He dressed up the bear to look like a hippie so he wouldn't attract attention. What a nightmare. You mean I'm under arrest?
That's right.
What for? What are the charges?
For a starter, hauling moonshine.
Now, look, Sheriff, you've got it all wrong. I just use his stuff to run the truck on.
You mean you used the truck to run the stuff on?
Keep your voice down and put that corn whiskey away. If he wakes up and sees that jug, he'll go for it.
You mean you let that bear drink?
Try and stop him. He's sleeping one off now, and when he wakes up with a hangover, ooh, he's mean. I had to spend the night in the same cell with that hairy lush.
Now, Mrs. Van Ransdorf, you can see for yourself. My husband is suffering from a rare and exotic disease. Nothing so plebeian as the Hong Kong flu. Dear Bud, tell Mrs. Van Ransdorf your marvelous hallucinations about the large, furry creature and the tiny little nurse that stood on your chest. Could these be his marvelous hallucinations? Melvin, what is the meaning of this? Where did these creatures come from?
They come from our house. Shoo! Get out of here! And I'd appreciate it if you'd make your husband stop luring them over here to his drunken parties.
Well, and who are you?
I am Mr. Drysdale's doctor.
She's not my husband's doctor. She's our next-door neighbor. Mrs. Drysdale! Get out of my house, you peasant!
I'll be glad to.
And I'm going with you. I want to hear more about your next-door neighbors. It'll make meaty talk at the bridge club.
His problem is drinking. Her problem is poison oak.
it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now. Here?